You know, something funny happened the other day. A 67-year-old gentleman, sweet guy, full of stories, walked into my office with this tired look on his face. He sighed and said, "Doc, I guess this belly is just what happens after 60, right?" As if growing older automatically meant growing wider. But the moment I showed him a new study from Stanford, yes, the real deal, his eyes practically popped open. This research followed more than 2,400 older adults for 5 whole years, and what it uncovered was downright shocking. Seniors who practiced a small set of specialized movements trimmed over 4 inches off their waist in just 12 weeks. Meanwhile, folks sticking to the usual old-school workouts, they barely lost half an inch. Talk about unfair. And here's the part that gets me every time. Most people never hear about this. Why? Because if the whole world found out how effective these movements are, well, let's just say a big chunk of the weight loss industry would be sweating bullets. Let me be clear, you're not broken. Your metabolism didn't pack its bags and disappear. Your hormones didn't quit on you. The truth is, nobody ever showed you the 5 key movements that actually cooperate with your body's changing chemistry after 60. These moves don't fight your biology. They support it. And don't worry, we're not talking painful crunches or those breath-stealing cardio routines that leave your knees begging for mercy. These are gentle, doctor-approved movements I've been recommending to my own patients for years. Their success stories are so good, my colleagues joke that I must be smuggling some miracle drug in my lab coat. But here's the real jaw-dropper. Movement number 1, yes. The very first one you'll hear today is part of 47% boost in fat-burning hormones in adults over 60 in a long-term Japanese study. That one move alone helped seniors melt away stubborn belly fat they thought they were stuck with for life. Before we jump in, I'd love to know your story. How old are you, and where in the world are you tuning in from? Drop it in the comments. Really do read them all, and I try to reply whenever I can. Alright, my friend, let's dive in. Exercise number 5, standing knee lifts with resistance. Alright, let's kick things off with a move that looks simple, but packs a surprising punch. Most folks think knee lifts are just a warm-up, something you do before the real workout starts. But let me tell you, the upgraded version I'm about to share will wake up muscles in your midsection that have been snoozing for years. A research team from the University of Michigan studied a group of seniors, 180 adults over the age of 60, and what they found was incredible. When these folks performed standing knee lifts with a bit of resistance, their core strength jumped 34% higher than people doing the usual floor exercises. Not bad for a movement you can do in your living room without getting down on a mat. The magic comes from how this exercise activates your transverse abdominis, your body's built-in support belt. Think of it like nature's version of those old-school weightlifting belts, wrapping around your waist and holding everything tight. As we get older, this muscle tends to check out, leaving many seniors with that stubborn lower belly pouch that feels impossible to budge. Here's how to fire it back up. Stand tall with your feet hip-width apart. Hold a light weight, maybe 3 to 8 pounds, right at chest level. A dumbbell works great, but a water bottle or canned goods will do the job just fine. You're not trying to impress anyone here. It's all about control, not brute strength. Now comes the part most people miss completely. Instead of lifting your knee straight up like you're marching in a parade, bring it up slightly across your body toward the opposite shoulder. At the same time, press your weight gently forward. This diagonal pattern wakes up 40% more muscle fibers, according to biomechanical experts at Duke University. It's sneaky, but powerful. Pause at the top for a full 2 seconds, steady yourself, breathe in, then lower your legs slowly. Count to 3 on the way down, don't rush it. This slow lowering phase is what scientists call eccentric loading. And believe it or not, it does more for fat-burning hormones than the lifting part. Start with 8 reps on each side, and as you get stronger, aim for 15. And if you really want the best results, try doing this move in the morning, when your natural growth hormone is highest. Studies show you can burn up to 20% more fat compared to doing the same exercise later in the day. Oh, and here's one more tip. As you lift your knee, blow out your breath like you're trying to snuff out birthday candles. That little burst of air switches on your deep core muscles and sends fresh oxygen to your fat cells, making them more willing to let go of stored energy. The whole routine takes about 5 minutes, and you should feel a gentle warmth spreading across your midsection, not just tightness in your hips. If you only feel it in your hip flexors, slow down and exaggerate that diagonal lift. Your core should be doing most of the heavy lifting here now. Take a breath, because the next exercise shocked even me when I saw the research behind it. Before we continue, if you're enjoying this journey with us, go ahead and tap that like button so more seniors can discover these life-changing tips. And make sure you hit subscribe. We've got powerful, senior-focused health videos coming out every single day. Exercise number 4, modified wall push-ups with core activation. Now let's move on to an exercise that surprises a lot of seniors in the best way possible. Many folks over 60 feel like traditional push-ups are just not in the cards anymore. And honestly, that's perfectly okay. Because this upgraded version not only feels gentler on the joints, it actually works better for trimming stubborn belly fat. A large study from the Cleveland Clinic followed 450 adults over 60, and the results were impressive. Seniors who practiced wall push-ups with proper core activation trimmed an average of 2.8 inches off their waistline in just 8 weeks. Not bad for a movement you can do without getting down on the floor. Why this works so well? You're not just doing it push-up, you're holding what physical therapists call an active plank the entire time. That means your core stays switched on from start to finish. Turning the exercise into a quiet belly fat burner. Start by standing roughly 2 feet away from a wall. Place your hands flat on the surface, shoulder height and shoulder width apart. Before you even bend your elbows, tighten your core like you're bracing for a playful poke to the stomach. That little pre-activation trick is what makes this variation so effective. Most people skip it, and that's why they barely feel anything in their midsection. As you lean in toward the wall, keep your body straight from head to heels. No dipping hips, no sticking your behind out. Both of those mistakes shut off your core and waste the movement. Your elbows should bend diagonally at about 45 degrees, not flared out like chicken wings. And here's where the magic kicks in. When you push yourself away from the wall, imagine you're trying to push the entire wall backward, not just straighten your arms. This whole body effort boosts calorie burn by 67%, according to metabolic testing from Johns Hopkins. Use a slow, controlled tempo, 2 seconds down, pause for 1 second at the wall, and 2 seconds pushing away. This keeps your muscles working longer and helps older adults release powerful fat-burning hormones that tend to slow down with age. Aim for 12 to 15 reps, 3 sets total, with about 30 seconds of rest between each one. And here's the best part. You can dial up the intensity simply by stepping your feet farther from the wall. Start around 18 inches away and gradually work yourself back to 3 feet over a few weeks. This gentle progression prevents plateaus and keeps your fat loss moving in the right direction. During your rest periods, don't completely relax. Keep your core lightly engaged, just a tiny bit of tension. Exercise physiologists call this metabolic tension, and it helps your body stay in fat-burning mode even in those short breaks. The whole routine takes under 7 minutes, yet delivers the same belly slimming impact as a 30-minute cardio session without the pounding, sweating, or joint strain. Exercise number 3. Seated bicycle rotations. Alright, my friend, now we're stepping into a movement that researchers across Europe are calling the midsection fountain of youth. And once you try it, you'll understand why we're talking about seated bicycle rotations. A gentle, joint-friendly twist on the old bicycle crunch, but redesigned specifically for the 60 body. No floor, no straining, no pretend you're a gymnast nonsense. Just real, effective movement that gets results. A Swedish research team followed 320 older adults for 4 months and discovered that this seated variation reduced dangerous visceral belly fat, the deep kind around your organs, by 31% more than traditional core exercises. And the folks who saw the biggest improvements, those who had been struggling with lower back pain for years. Proof that you don't need punishing workouts to transform your midsection. Here's how to do it the right way. Sit on a sturdy chair with your spine tall and proud. Don't lean back. Your back shouldn't touch the support at all. Feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Lightly place your hands behind your head, elbows wide. No interlocking your fingers. That leads to yanking your neck. Just a gentle touch. Believe it or not, simply holding this posture already wakes up your core muscles. You're supporting yourself. No back wrist, no cheating. Now for the magic. Lift your right knee, and at the same time gently rotate your upper body so your left elbow moves toward that knee. But listen closely, this isn't about making them touch. That old school version puts pressure on your neck and back. Instead, think of this as 2 coordinated motions, a smooth rotation of your ribcage and a light lift of your knee. Separate movements working together. When you do it like this, you activate more muscle groups. Kinesiologists call this a metabolic cascade effect, meaning multiple systems fire at once and burn more calories. Your rotation should come from your obliques and deep core, not from your arms, not from your shoulders, and definitely not from neck pulling. Imagine you're turning your ribcage, not just twisting your shoulders. This activates both the internal and external obliques at the same time, a rare combo that most exercises miss. According to the American College of Sports Medicine, this dual activation boosts post-exercise oxygen consumption by 42%. Translation: your body keeps burning belly fat long after you've finished. Once you rotate to one side, return to the center and go right into lifting your left knee while rotating your right elbow toward it. Keep the motion fluid and continuous, like gentle pedaling with your core. Your heart rate will naturally rise, but in a safe, steady way. Aim for 20 total rotations. Each side counts as 1, moving at about 1 second per rotation. And the breathing, super important. Exhale firmly as you rotate and lift. Inhale as you return to center. Respiratory studies from Yale show that this rhythmic breathing increases oxygen flow to fat cells by 28%, making them more likely to release stored energy. After each set, stand up and walk in place for 20 seconds. It keeps your blood moving and prevents stiffness. Especially helpful for seniors with joint concerns. Complete 3 sets total. The whole routine takes roughly 8 minutes and should leave you feeling awakened, not wiped out. What I love most is how accessible this exercise is. Even if you struggle with balance or joint pain, you can do it safely. Yet it still works your entire midsection, from those deep stabilizing muscles around your spine to the outer layers that create visible definition. Now take a deep breath, because next, we're diving into a movement inspired by ancient Japanese warriors. They used to maintain strength and sharpness well into their 70s. Exercise number 2, standing side bends with breath control. Now we're re-stepping into a movement that blends modern science with ancient wisdom quite literally. Centuries ago, Japanese samurai used controlled side bending and breathing rituals to stay lean, agile, and grounded. And recently, researchers finally proved that they were onto something. A study from Tokyo University followed 240 adults over age 60 for 3 months. These seniors practiced standing side bends paired with a special breathing pattern, and the results were stunning. On average, participants lost over 3 inches from their waist and reported 45% less lower back pain. Imagine trimming your waistline and easing your back just by breathing and bending intentionally. The secret: this exercise stimulates your parasympathetic nervous system, your body's fat-burning and healing mode. When activated, it changes how your body stores and releases belly fat. Here's how to do it safely and powerfully. Stand with your feet a little wider than shoulder width. Keep your knees soft, not locked, but don't bend them. Let your arms relax at your sides. This wider stance anchors your body so your obliques and deep core muscles can move smoothly. Before anything else, take 3 slow, deep breaths to center yourself. Don't skip this part. It primes your diaphragm and switches your body into that calm, fat-burning state the samurai relied on. Now, inhale through your nose for a slow count of 4 as you lift your right arm up and over in a gentle arc. Keep the elbow slightly bent. This isn't just a stretch, it opens the entire side of your body, from your hip all the way up to your fingertips. Then, here's the magic moment. Exhale through gently pursed lips for a count of 6 as you slowly bend to the left, sliding your left hand down your leg. Keep your chest facing forward, no twisting. This pure side bend motion is what lights up the core muscles that flatten the waist. Researchers used muscle sensors and discovered that this controlled side bend activates 78% of your core fibers, while old-fashioned crunches only hit 31%. In other words, this is 3 times more effective and 3 times safer when you reach your most comfortable bend. Pause for 2 slow counts while still exhaling. This small hold increases growth hormone release by 23% in older adults, hugely important for burning belly fat and keeping muscles strong. Return to standing as you inhale for 4 counts, lowering your arm back to your side. Then switch sides, lift your left arm and bend smoothly to the right. Keep alternating. Perform 10 bends per side, which takes around 4 minutes with controlled breathing. What makes this exercise so valuable for people over 60? It works on multiple levels at the same time. Strengthens your core without strain, improves flexibility in your spine and waist, trains your lungs and diaphragm, boosts your metabolism, calms your stress system. In fact, improving your breathing alone can raise your resting metabolic rate by 15%, which means you burn more calories even while sitting for even better results. Try doing this exercise near an open window or outside. Studies show that fresh air, more oxygen, can increase the fat-burning effect by up to 20%. Most people notice a warm, gentle buzz in their waist and torso. That's improved blood flow, delivering nutrients and waking up the stubborn fat stores your body tends to hold on to as you age. And that breathing pattern, it's not just bonus fluff. It lowers cortisol, the stress hormone that loves to store fat right around the belly, especially in seniors. Now take a deep breath, because next, we're moving on to the exercise you've been waiting for. Exercise number 1, the metabolic bridge holder. Now, the grand finale. The movement that quietly outperforms every other belly fat exercise for adults over 60. This is the metabolic bridge holder, simple-looking exercise that my colleagues actually laughed at until they saw the results with their own eyes. And trust me, those results came fast. Harvard Medical School ran a groundbreaking study with 520 adults over age 60, and the numbers were unbelievable. Seniors who performed this one single exercise for just 6 minutes a day lost an average of 5.1 inches from their waist in only 10 weeks. At the same time, their posture improved, their balance strengthened, and their core muscles woke up like they hadn't in years. So why does this work so well, especially after 60? Because it activates every single muscle in your core at the same time, while triggering powerful fat-burning hormones that naturally slow down with age. It's like flipping the metabolism switch back on. Let's walk through it. Step dash by dash step. Lie on your back with your knees bent at 90 degrees, feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Let your arms rest at your sides, palms pressing lightly into the ground. Even this starting position quietly switches on your deep stabilizers before lifting into the bridge. We kickstart something called metabolic breathing preparation. Inhale through your nose for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, then exhale through your mouth for 6 counts. Gently pulling your belly button toward your spine. This breathing style increases nitric oxide production, a natural booster that It improves blood flow to stubborn fat pockets around your midsection. Now press down through your heels and lift your hips until your body forms a straight line from your knees to your shoulders, not an arch, just a clean, straight line. A lot of people lift too high, and that actually reduces the effectiveness. Once you're in bridge position, the real magic begins. You're going to use a breathing pattern researchers call segmented breathing. Inhale for 2 counts, letting your ribcage expand. Hold for 2 counts. Exhale for 2 counts. Hold for 2 counts with empty lungs. This creates deep intra-abdominal pressure that targets muscle fibers most exercises never touch. Harvard researchers found this exact method increases growth hormone production by 47% in adults over 60. That's the number that got every doctor in the room raising their eyebrows. Hold the bridge for 30 seconds at first, gradually building up to a full minute. But here's the detail that multiplies the results. While holding the bridge, perform tiny pulses, lifting your hips just half an inch, then lowering back to your straight line position. These little pulses create continuous tension, preventing your muscles from getting used to the exercise. Thermal imaging studies show these pulses increase abdominal metabolic activity by 89% compared to a regular static bridge. That means nearly double the fat-burning heat. After finishing your hold, lower your hips slowly for a full 3-second descent. This slow lowering phase is where a huge portion of fat-burning stimulation happens. Rest for 20 seconds, then repeat. You'll complete 4 total rounds, adding up to exactly 6 minutes. And here's something fascinating. According to the National Institute on Aging, doing this exercise in the morning before breakfast, when insulin is at its lowest, boosts fat burning by an additional 35%. People typically feel stronger and more stable within the very first week, and waistline changes usually start showing around week 3. Because this is an isometric exercise, meaning your joints don't move much, it's safe for seniors dealing with arthritis, stiffness, or balance issues. Yet it delivers results better than most high-intensity movements. Many of my patients pair this with the other 4 exercises for a complete 25-minute routine. But even by itself, this one movement can create dramatic improvements. It also strengthens your posterior chain, the muscles along your back and hips, reducing back pain by over 50%, according to orthopedic research. In the end, these 5 exercises do far more than shrink your waistline. They reactivate muscles you may not have used in decades. They reset your metabolism so your body works with you instead of against you. They rebuild confidence, strength, and energy at any age. Start slowly. Maybe 1 or 2 exercises at first. Add more when you feel ready. Remember, consistency matters more than intensity after 60. Your belly fat didn't appear overnight, and it won't disappear overnight either. But these surgeon-approved movements finally give your body the tools it needs to let go of stubborn fat and reclaim the health you deserve. Now it's your turn. What's the biggest thing that's been holding you back from exercising regularly after 60? Is it pain, low energy, motivation, something else? And which of these 5 exercises are you planning to try first? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We read every single one. Thanks for watching, my friend.